Good morning, everybody. Today is June 24th, 2019, and it's been about a little more than a week since I did a reading last. And I want to look into what the universe has to tell us that's coming up in the month of July 2019. So I've already shuffled the cards, and I'm just going to lay them out. First one. Okay, it looks like we're having I guess maybe something happened during the month of June that you decided to walk away from a situation that was emotional. But the situation isn't totally over. I mean, it can be if you wanted to end it, but you don't have to, because you see the cups that are behind him that's still standing. That means that if you want to go back to it and try it another way, you can go ahead and do it because the opportunity is still there. But it looks like right now, emotionally, you're upset because whatever it was that caused you to say goodbye, or you know what, I'm not dealing with this anymore, or whatever, you've tried, you feel like you've tried enough and you just can't take it anymore. But it's an emotional thing for you or us. Okay. And it has to do with some finances. Maybe this is a single woman. It could be a man. But I think it may be a woman who's had to carry the burdens of things all alone by herself. She she has the finances to take care of things. She's independent, or you're independent, but sometimes it's just emotional when you're out there doing everything by yourself and there's nobody to help you, or there may be someone to help you, but you think that there really isn't, and that you're doing it all alone. Maybe you just feel like, okay, I'm independent, I can take care of myself, money's not the issue, but I really would like to have a man in my life. Or if it's the opposite, it could be that it's an independent man who's got plenty of money, but he's thinking, you know what, I really would like to have a woman in my life. Or I'd like to have a partner. It could be two women or two men. But you just feel like, I've been doing this by myself, it's no fun, and I really want that emotional connection, because life is about balance anyway. So you may feel like also that maybe there is a person in your life, and maybe they don't understand that you have the finances. Or sometimes we take for granted things that are right there in front of us that we have, that it's really hard for other people to accomplish it. But because you have it and it's there all the time, sometimes you just take it for granted and you don't really realize how fortunate you really are. Well, this individual may possibly feel that there is a person in their life, but they don't understand what it is that you're going through, so they're taking things for granted. You may have decided to walk away from that. All right, a lot of options here, and a lot of confusion. It's emotional confusion. So it's like you really don't know which way to go. You absolutely, emotionally, you don't know which way to go. You may have a lot of thoughts and different options that you can take to move forward with your life, but emotionally you're very, very connected to whomever it is that that you feel very hurt about. And so you don't really know, maybe I should leave this person, maybe I shouldn't. I feel like I'm hearing like that it's possible that the person that you're having the emotional difficulties with could be someone that's close to you. That could be a parent, or a brother, sister, someone that you may have to take care of. And emotionally, it's very difficult for you, and you're saying to yourself, I really can't do this anymore. But there's also a financial burden that goes along with it as well. So, um, and you've been thinking about this for quite some time. So I would say maybe even more than something that's been going on in your life beyond this month of June. It may have been 6 or 7 months ago that this is going on, and you just can't make up your mind what it is that you need to do right now. I see a little baby lizard jumping in the grass out here. Okay. All right. And here it has to do with happy home life. So, and this is all emotional. So, the thing that's closest to you is um the Five of Cups. So this says that you may be thinking, I need to get out there on my own. I really have to do it for myself, even though the home life is pretty happy, with the exception of the fact that something that's been bothering you, been bothering you for quite some time. So you don't know which way it is to go, but a part of you is like, I gotta leave. Like, maybe it has something to do with a career. It's possible, because this is the Pentacles. So it could possibly be about a career, and it could also be not necessarily leaving home, but it could be a family life on your current job that's really pretty good, but you don't feel like you're growing. So you need more of a challenge. So it may be that you need to strike out on your own. You may be concerned about, you're making really good money on this particular job, and so that could be a part of the reason why it's difficult for you to make up your mind to leave the job, because of the money that you're making, because you're not sure that you can get the kind of money that you're making on this job someplace else. Maybe you have a lot of experience, but everybody doesn't quite need that, or the way situations are, they may want you to give up some of the finances that you were making, but they want all of your the knowledge and experience that you have to bring with it. So it could be, because this is in the recent past, either you just left this job and you're worried about, did I do the wrong thing by leaving it, or it could be that things at home were really, really good, but I really need to strike out on my own, but am I doing the right thing? And that's where all the confusion is concerned, because those that you're leaving behind at home are very close to you, and you feel kind of responsible for helping them out, and maybe they don't quite understand what it is that you're trying to do, but your soul is pushing you to do something different. So that's where all the confusion comes in. Okay. So here's an opportunity. That's on the top of your head. This is what you're thinking. I've had several opportunities that have been presented to me, but I haven't moved on it. I've just been sitting back watching the opportunities go by. But deep down inside, emotionally, it's kind of killing you, because you know that you need to strike out and do something independent for yourself. But you have that strong emotional attachment to your home or your job or the people that you know for a long time, because you have 1, 2, 3, 4 cups. This is the only card that is not a cup. So all of this has to do with emotions, and the basis of it is, it's emotions that are very difficult for you, something that you want to do, but you haven't exactly done it yet. So there have been good opportunities, really good opportunities, but you've been passing it by. And I think what's going on is, you're only hurting yourself by holding on to things of the past. It seems to me that you probably need to go on strike out and try, at least try it and see, because you haven't tried. And so staying at home when you're going through this kind of thing and you're not moving on it, you're really hurting yourself. And then when you're hurting yourself, what happens is you start to upset the happy balance at home because you are miserable. People may not necessarily be doing something to cause your misery, but it's your emotional attachment to them and the fact that you're not moving on it. You're just sitting back watching all these opportunities pass you by, and it's bothering you. So you want to take it out on others that are in your surroundings. Don't do that to yourself. It's not fair to them, and most of all, it's not fair to yourself. Okay? What's in front of you is hope. This is a really good card, and it's a major arcana. So the universe is saying to you, I've been putting all these offers in front of you, and you've been passing every last one of them up. You've been sitting back thinking about it. Okay? But I'm telling you, there's still time. The window's not closed. I'm not going to stop offering you things. So you need to get it together and start making up your mind to let go of the emotions and just go for it. You never know. Maybe the people that you're connected to may really feel better that you're actually making this move. Maybe they feel like this is a great thing for you to do, but you're just worried about, I guess maybe it may uproot you and have to take you away from home. I'm not exactly seeing that yet, but I'm kind of hearing it. So there's a lot of hope in front of you. There's no reason for you to sit back and be so emotionally distraught. Just go for what it is that you need to do, okay? Because the opportunity is right there in front of you. All right, here's good news. This is really good news. And again, it's another cup. Boy, this is super emotional for you. I mean, really emotional. But there's good news coming. Start to lift your spirits. It's sitting on top of a negative position though. So it could be a possibility that the news is good, but you don't see it how good it really is. And so you might turn around and pass it by again. I don't know that you should do that, but let's see what's going on here. All right. It's telling me that you have everything that you need to move forward. I'm going to say you are your worst enemy. You're causing yourself these emotional problems. It's not quite as bad as you think it is, but you have every single thing that you need to move forward. The universe is working with you. This is another major arcana card. It comes up in the friends and family, so everybody sees that you know what it is that you need to do, and they know that you can do it. There's no doubts in their minds about it. You're the ones you're the one that's doing the doubting. I feel like maybe for some of you, it may be what's so emotional is you may have to leave your family behind, and you may have to go off on a very long distance for the opportunities that are presented to you. Maybe you have to go overseas or something like it's possible. See, just standing in the water here. It's hope though. It's a really good thing, but it's very possible that you have to go very far overseas, so you can't be in touch with your family on a daily basis, and maybe that's what's causing you the greatest emotional pain. This is a lot of emotional pain. Also, the month of July, Mercury is about to go retrograde, I believe, July 7th through July 31st, which means that there's going to be a lot of delays, and you may try to move forward, or other people around you may be trying to move forward, but it's very difficult for them because every time you go to do something, there's something that says no, you can't do it. You just have to be careful. Well, with the Mercury retrograde, be careful with your car, your computers, your cell phones, anything mechanical. Walking, watch your steps when you're walking. any kind of movement, that kind of thing. If communications, be sure that um, anything that you need to communicate with, that you dot all of your I's and cross all your T's. Do not sign any papers. Don't sign any papers. Don't buy a car. Don't buy a house or anything else like that, because what'll happen is it'll be delayed and it'll have to start all over again. The thing that's best about Mercury retrograde is it has to do with the past. So anything that you were doing that was unfinished in your past, especially the distant past, this is a good time to go ahead and get it done. It doesn't mean that if you're if you if you have a project that you want to implement, and you're finding out there's a lot of delays on it, doesn't mean that you can just abandon the project. Don't abandon it. But Mercury retrograde is a good time to do a lot of research. Just don't go forward with signing any papers. If you're getting a new job, the month of July, you need to think that over very, very carefully, because it may look like it's something for that's really good. You jump, take that job, and during Mercury retrograde, and then you find out, wow, what a big mistake I made, and it's going to be very difficult to go back to where you were. So you need to think things through very, very carefully. If you have no other choice, then you need to move forward. Like if you don't have a job and you really need some income coming in, you need to move forward. But if you have the option to delay it, it would be good to delay it until after Mercury goes direct, which would mean, since it's the 31st of July, I would say, because Mercury starts playing around with everybody a couple of weeks before it actually goes direct, up to a couple of weeks after it, I'm sorry, a couple of weeks before it goes retrograde, up to a couple of weeks after it actually goes direct again. It's moving in the direction that it's supposed to move in. Okay, so you may want to wait until mid-August, if you can, or at least 7 days after. So that would be like maybe July 8th or something like that. All right, so, but you do have the wherewithal to accomplish anything that it is that you want. This also tells me that you may also have some psychic ability. So what you need to do is you need to trust your instincts on this matter that's bothering you so badly. Go with your instincts, because your instincts always lead you right. They always lead you right. So go with that. Alrighty. Oh my goodness, look at this. This is the World. So, and it's the best card in the deck. So what you need to do is get up off your knees. Stop worrying so much about this and just move forward. Just move forward, because you're going to be okay. Also, that's your hope and desire. Here it is, you're passing all these opportunities up. You're just sitting back looking at it. But in the background, in your head and in your heart, you're saying to yourself, I really want things to work out peacefully, successfully. I want a happy family life. I want the money that I need to take care of all my bills, plus money so that I can enjoy myself and enjoy my family, that kind of thing. That's in your hopes and desires. That's really, really good. Keep those hopes and desires up front. But now what you need to do is get up off your knees and move. You got to move. So with Mercury retrograde, whatever it is that, whatever those options are, you can get up and go look into them. Just don't sign any papers yet, unless you have no other choice. But what this is showing me is you're just sitting around. You're not moving. You got to move. In order for the good news to come, the universe working everything that it can to help you, and you getting every single thing that you want, you got to get up. You have to get up and move. So just do it. King of Cups. My goodness. This is this is a man. He's a good man. And he's very thoughtful, and he's very kind. He's someone that you can talk to, and he's the final outcome. So I'm gonna say that this is emotional attachment, because he's the Cups. The month of July, also the month of July is Cancer, and it's ruled by the moon. And this is not the moon, but it's up in the sky, and it's got light, and so it could be by the light of the moon. And also Cancer is a water sign, and so are Cups. They're water signs. So Cancers, I'm one of them. Okay, you need to work on balancing out your emotions. So, and it looks like everybody in the universe needs to work on balancing out their emotions as well. There's just so much stuff that's going on that you really need to. This is one time where you do need to sit back and think about your emotions, go inward, and see what you can do about bringing more happiness into your life, because nobody else can do that for you. Not your boyfriend, not your girlfriend, not your husband, not your wife, that kind of thing. If you got a commitment with somebody, compromises have to happen. So you need to talk about what it is that makes you happy and what it is that makes you sad. So you need to talk it out. But the bottom line is, you independently are the only person that can bring your happiness and your success. You're responsible for it. Nobody else is responsible for that but you. So you have to do what it is. Take a look at those options. Seriously look at those options again. Write it on paper and pencil and start ticking one off at a time to figure out what it is that's going to make you feel happiness. Because I feel that you've got a lot of things. Any one of these things would make you happy. You just don't know, which one will make you happiest. So you need to sit down and figure that out. There is a man that you can talk to, and I think that this man will be able to sit back. He could be a counselor. He would be able to sit back and help give you some guidance. And if he could be a father, he could be a grandfather, he could be an uncle, but he's an older man. And you need to sit back and talk to him, because everything that you need, the month of July is really a good month. It's just emotional. It's just what you need to figure out what you need to do to make yourself happy. And on these cards, you got 3 major arcana here, which means that the universe is the one. It's a little bit outside of your control. The universe has presented things to you that have caused you to have to sit back and think about things emotionally, what direction it is that you need to go in. But the universe is saying, hey, look at these. You got hope right next to everything that you need to go along with you. And you got victory and success above everything. So you can do this. This is all on you. Nobody on the outside of you. It's all on you to bring your own happiness into play. And you can do it. The universe is there with you. So it's saying, what are you standing there waiting for? What are you sitting back waiting for? I'm with you. Take a hold of the opportunities that I'm placing in front of you. Figure out which one you want to do and just grab onto it. I'm there. You're not going to fall. Just move forward. There is a man